You guys familiar with what's been going on over at the FIFA? At the FIFA soccer Trump? It's called soccer now. It's not called football anymore. Donald Trump made a call to FIFA and got a red card revoked from a US player. It's actually like the most brazenly corrupt thing I've ever seen in the world of professional sports. The president of the United States straight up just called FIFA and got the red card revoked. Not revoked, suspended, whatever. Unbelievable levels of corruption on display here. Hopefully this contributes to the perceived illegitimacy of FIFA in the eyes of the rest of the world. Right, it's called soccer now, boys.
So I saw the play. And I'm a person that loves sports and was a good athlete. And I understand sports really well, really well. And that wasn't a foul. That wasn't even an infraction. That was two guys running full speed that happened to crash into each other. You can't take your foot and properly place it on somebody else's foot when you're going, no, these were two great athletes that got tangled up. And this referee, who is a little bit suspect. If you check his...
Lady in the back, girl, the makeup is not looking. Wow, that is the scariest looking person I've ever seen in my life. Holy shit. Dog, her arms are like 9 inches in circumference, maybe less? Holy fuck, what is going on back here? That's crazy.
I don't want to say that because I don't like to create controversy, but very suspect. If you'd like, I'll provide you with the past. He made a call that nobody could believe. You know, even people on the other side, they say, oh, we got lucky. Wow, and it's very interesting.
Walking ad for GLP-1, totally unrelated to what we're talking about, and I do love to do that to you folks, but I watch occasionally 90 Day Fiancé because it's peak TV to put on while like yelling with and at your friends. And in the current season of 90 Day Fiancé, there is a woman who lives in Pennsylvania, an American who is a bridal gown saleswoman, and she is, we'll say, on the petite side, and she legitimately looks older than her mom. I don't know if any of you are 90 Day Ball knowers, but like she looks like a ghost, and then her mom showed up 25 years older and looked younger just because she hasn't had so much goddamn work done. It's so sad, man. Yeah, it's fucked up.
Interesting. They say they don't show them in slow motion, and I never realized that. I never heard of that before. That they're not allowed to review in slow motion because it's so different. Because you'll take one little quarter of a second and you'll see that a hand is touching a neck or you see something. Whereas when you see it in fast motion, it will look like two guys collided, which is really what happened.
I know you're meh towards football, but this could have ended the guy's career. Listen, I'm not going to pretend I know enough about soccer to have an opinion on this or whether it's like a mistake or red card. I don't know. I'm not even going to comment on it. The point is that the president of the United States made the call. That's the point. It has nothing to do with the legitimacy of the call. Again, like it's irrelevant to me. It has no bearing whatsoever on the point. The point is that the president of the United States called the head of FIFA and was like, nah, and then they revoked it. Or, sorry, suspended it, you know?
It's sort of entangled. He didn't do anything wrong, and he's our best player or one of our best players, a very vital player. And he gave him a red card. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't think it meant much. Then I started hearing that means he can't play in the next game, at least in the next game. I said, boy, that's a big, if it happened to another player, it would have been unfair. But when they take your best player, or just about, they have some great players, and they say you can't play, that's very unfair. That's, it's one thing to penalize somebody for the game, but how do you penalize them for a game that hasn't been played yet? It's very unfair. You can't do that. So, yes, I asked for a review by FIFA. I spoke to a man who's highly respected, and by the way, whose level of respect has gone up tenfold.
Oh, yeah.
And he was good before this started, but, he really pushed it in this country. I'm the one that got them to...
Now any world leader with enough money could change the outcome of games? Well, the United States is the country with the most money. I saw a chart. I still can't believe how big the disparity is. I saw a chart of the total, stock market eval for every country, how big it's gotten. And look at this, man. It's crazy. The Magnificent Seven in America, just the Magnificent Seven, the big tech companies, is combined evaluated more than China, Japan, Hong Kong. The total U.S. stock market is worth more than everywhere else combined. Look at that. We're most raped by capital country in history, 100% without a doubt. Without a doubt. All of Oklahoma's going to die. Oh, yeah, for sure. But we'll talk about that soon, okay?
To do it. It was not Biden. Biden was asleep. I got him to do it. In fact, it was
Oh, man.
very sad because I got him to do it. And if the progression was normal, I would have been retired. Now, the Democrats are saying, man, we should have just let him have his way. We would have had him gone. But I said, you know, the saddest thing is I got the Olympics.
She really is very scary. Who is this, by the way? This has to be a European. This looks like these are European bangs. Is this some FIFA rep? Why is she dying? Can she not afford food?
The U.S. has a huge World Cup showdown, of course, tonight with Belgium. And now one of their stars will be on the pitch after FIFA on Sunday shocked the tournament by sidelining the suspension of U.S. soccer star Folarin Balogun, who was supposed to sit out due to that red card in the previous game.
FIFA's decision puts President Trump's influence over the governing body under the microscope as the U.S. is one of the host countries involved.
They can't even allege corruption, man. Even while like investigative journalists working for basically every news outlet are putting out articles on like, here's the 872,000 suspicious stock market trades Trump made 8 seconds before announcing something, they can't actually say corruption. So putting a spotlight on the interesting dynamic between U.S. and FIFA.
Yeah. Begins our coverage from the White House.
Well, his role in this stunning decision to allow Folarin Balogun to play in this upcoming game on Monday is now under a microscope, as you mentioned. We are learning from a source familiar speaking with CNN.
The Yakubians are overperforming, right? So now America's gotten a boost from Trump's call. Who beat Brazil? It was the Norway, right? That Yakubian demon, the guy that everyone makes the memes about, the Viking. And did England win? England didn't win the other day, right? Because if England did win against Mexico, I would have heard about it. England did win. Is that fucked up? Is it bad that Europe is beating like Latin America? Is that bad? Is that like a red flag?
Trump spoke with FIFA President Gianni Infantino earlier in the week, and there was a discussion about this controversial red card. He asked Infantino to review it, and then just today, Trump took to social media and he said this on True Social. He said, "Thank you, FIFA, for doing what is right and reversing a great injustice." Around that same time, soccer's governing body announced it was using an obscure rule to suspend Balogun's automatic one-match.
I'm very frustrated Mexico lost. Yeah, that does suck. On the plus side, Brazil lost on like the same day the One Piece special Heroines episode came out, right? So they're kind of winning in that respect. Luffy's Brazilian, right? Didn't Oda say that? So it's like a consolation prize. Like you lost in FIFA, but you do get to see Nami and Robin trying on cute outfits.
Banned for 1 year, allowing the striker to play in the round of 16.
Luffy isn't in Heroines. Wrong. His silhouette shows up against the sun at one point when the no-name pirates are robbing the ship. He shows up and one-taps them because he's an Emperor of the Sea. No spoilers.
Speaking with reporters earlier today, the U.S. coach said that they did believe that this call was fair and that they had suffered enough, been punished enough for playing the last 30 minutes of their last game.
Brazil did get Miku from Japan. I saw a lot of fan art about that, the duel of the fates, to decide which country lays final claim to Hatsune Miku. And it seems that Brazil does, which I think is fair personally, because Japanese Hatsune Miku, with her 12-centimeter legs and her teenage physique, is dusty. It's dated. 35-year-old fat-assed Brazilian Miku is ascendant, like the rising star that she is. So I think that, like, in that respect, great cosmic justice has been done. She's Norwegian now after the win. Nah, I don't think it works. I don't think they can handle all that, though. I don't think Norway can handle all that.
Just 10 players. U.S. Soccer is formally reacting in a statement, and I want to pull that up for you now. They said, quote, "We accept the decision of the disciplinary committee and are pleased that Folarin Balogun is eligible to compete tomorrow. Our full attention is focused on the round of 16 match against Belgium in Seattle, and we look forward to the continued support of our amazing fans." Now, their opponent is also responding. Let's get to that reaction here. They said the decision is in direct contradiction with the provisions of the FIFA World Cup 2026 competition regulations in order to safeguard the legitimate rights of all participating teams and to protect the fundamental principles of fair play in our sport. Both at the FIFA World Cup and at future editions of the tournament, the RBFA is investigating all potential options. There will be a lot of scrutiny.
Now it's Norwegian Miku. Okay, listen, and this is exactly what I mean about them not being able to handle all that. Here's the problem. Let's get to it. First of all, no way in Norway looks like this. I've seen your women. They do not look like this. For two, this is how you dressed 1,000 years ago. This is how Brazilian women dress today. This is what I mean, okay? Norway and the Viking culture has first of all, let's be real, okay? The Vikings were pagan barbarians, all right? And Christendom, when it finally did reach your blighted, northern, frost-stricken countries, did civilize you, all right? So you look to the past for inspiration. Today, you're merely a vassal of Western European Christendom. So this is all LARP. This is cosplay. Hatsune Miku in Japan and Hatsune Miku in Brazil are repping the actual local garb, at least as much as like a digital avatar icon girl can. But this is just historical LARP. And also, your women don't look like this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's Skyrim armor.
On this decision, especially as a host city, and then also looking into Trump's relationship, his close relationship with the FIFA president. It was just last year that FIFA awarded Trump a peace prize, a clear move, what most people think to be a clear move to really be in Trump's favor. That was coming around the time that he had made it clear he was very disappointed that he did not receive the Nobel Peace Prize.
So CNN, according to the reporting, there's some reporting that Trump made a phone call. FIFA says
Norwegians spent 5,000 years walking in circles within their own borders. Isn't it? What's that green text? Hungarians aren't even real. They spent $1,000 years polishing the cocks of German horses until they were finally invaded and civilized by the Soviets. What was that? You know that green text? You know what I'm talking about?
This was an independent commission that made this decision. Eleanor, what are you hearing this morning?
Well, it's...
Oh, that was about Estonia, not Hungary? Okay, gotcha. Everyone knows Hungary's like a level below Estonia, though, so...
on brand for Trump, right, to take issue with something and believe he can change it. We know that Howard Lutnick, the Commerce Secretary, was involved in this talks. He's
Jesus
this type
Christ.
of guy. He's the let me call them, let me talk to them, let me see what I can do. And it also, is proof, I think, of this relationship between Trump and the FIFA president. The FIFA president created this FIFA Peace Prize to give to Trump when he was upset about not getting the Nobel Peace Prize. And so in some ways, this makes a lot of sense. Of course, that doesn't change the fact that it is precedent shattering.
It was remarkable, I will say, Mario, that so much of what we have seen so far in the tournament, the president didn't seem to be all that interested. It felt delightfully non-political. Are those...
Sorry, that was the most CNN I could handle in one sitting. That was the most CNN. I'm sorry, that was like the most brain damage I could handle in like a single... Ooh, that was... I actually felt like a throb right here at the back of my head. Oh. Ooh, I'm gonna have to work that knot out when I'm done streaming. Jesus Christ. Oh, well, check your nose and ears for any blood. Whatever thing about being the West bitch moving your local culture is kind of a chud-larp catalyst for people wanting to pretend their culture is an idealized version of the past. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. All I'm talking about is that Norwegians don't dress like that no more. Okay, that shit ain't real. It'd be like, oh, here's Egyptian culture, and you're dressing like the pharaohs. Dog, that was a different culture. Like, the ancient Egyptians really don't have that much in common with the modern Egypt. Like, culturally, there was a pretty big divide. There was like the Romans, and then, yeah, this is better. This is better, but I ain't seen no Norwegian girls dressed like this neither. Now, in fairness, I have not been to Norway, so it's possible that if I went to Norway, I'd see some girls dressed like this. The Estonia versus Indonesian Twitter debate. What the I'm sorry, to bring it back to One Piece, you know that part in every arc where, like, the D-tier characters fight each other? You know what I mean? Like, Usopp goes up against whatever the 16th most powerful guy in the enemy crew is. That's the fucking Estonia versus Indonesian Twitter debate. You got, like, the real heavy hitters battling it out, and somewhere far, far, far away, the Estonians and the Indonesians are like, no, our food's better, you know? But it's a spirited battle, and we love to see it. And it's not really about the relative power scaling. It's about the the heart and the spirit. No Usopp I'm not slandering Usopp. I'm just saying that he's not low diffing, you know, anyone Luffy's fighting. Vosh, when he realizes it's been a few minutes since he brought up some bullshit no one cares about. Dog, you can't fucking do that when it's a One Piece reference. You have to do that when it's some esoteric reference I give a shit about. You can't do that with One Piece, man. That just makes you look bad. It is a cute fit, though.